Recognize Ms. Moore for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for appearing, and thank you for your patience and indulgence for this very long hearing. I just don't want to get into a big fight with you, sir, but I would have to agree with one of my colleagues that spoke earlier. These are some Dickensian times, and for some people, that these are the best of times. And we have heard you reiterate over again about how strong the economy is, how this inflation is very short term, how job growth to you looks promising. Good thing the jobs reports comes out tomorrow instead of today.
Representative, I wish it had come out today because
I
don't have any prior knowledge, so I don't want to move the market.
Okay, so I guess, you know, when our colleagues like to attribute the president's confidence that he shouldn't worry about the financial stability or the financial ability of Americans, and your notion is just sort of a little blip, this inflation, that people should not be taken seriously, I guess we would have to say that you agree with the president that that our economy is strong and that we shouldn't worry about people's situations. Is that the conclusion I can reach?
No, my conclusion is that we understand that things are challenging now because of this conflict, and we will get to the other side of this, but the underlying economy is quite resilient.
Okay, well, good. Well, we've heard this before. And it's the worst of times, because, I mean, 76% of Americans are feeling the 40% increase in utility costs. You mentioned groceries, and I guess that's, it just depends on what kind of basket of food you choose. You better not choose something like beef or something if you're getting, you know, some of the ramen noodles or something. I guess that won't affect you as much. Well, but these are the worst of times for a lot of people, excuse me. And what we have found, and I'd like to place in the record an article I found without objection, which really indicates, and maybe it's no fault of this president, but in fact, wages are growing at a much slower rate than inflation. And if we look at data going back to even, you know, the beginning of this century, we'll see that that inflation is really eating up about all of the economic benefit people have, and people are experiencing that. When your utility bill goes up 40%, we've already paid, what is it, 48, just since this war, this blip, people have paid $43 billion more in gasoline costs. And people are feeling some pressure from that. I want to just change the subject, Mr. Secretary, and talk a little bit about the tax credit for the private school fund. And this is a bill where, this is a program where a taxpayer can get a 100% tax credit for providing monies to the, what do you call these organizations, the school granting organizations. Can you, what other tax credit do we have where people don't have any skin in the game, they get a 100% tax credit for their participation? I just want to be reminded of it because I don't know.
Again, I don't know why you think there's no skin in the game, because this can go to students in public schools for tutoring. It can go to handicapped students.
Well, you know, I guess kids in public school don't pay tuition, and so I don't know how.
If you wanted to hire a tutor for your child, that you could do that.
But I guess I'm talking about the taxpayer, sir. So I'm talking about me as a taxpayer. If I want to provide money to a school, and say it's a school, and let me get to the point. What if I want to donate my money to a school that doesn't follow any of the civil rights protections? I don't want to admit LGBTQ students. I don't want to admit black students, or what would, and I'm going to get a dollar for dollar tax credit for that. What other tax credit program do we have that's similar to that?
Almost nothing.
Nothing. And
many of these are for religious schools, ma'am.
exactly. And so this is sort of an inequity we're building into the system. And my time has expired, but I just want the record to reflect that this is an inequity where we're circumventing the state's
Gentlewoman's
rights.
time expired.
Well, will you indulge me?
I couldn't disagree more.
Yeah. Okay, I have a unanimous consent request to put these materials in the record, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, and now I'd like to recognize Mr. Fitzpatrick for 5.